Okay, you got the Hungry Gavone here again. I haven't done one of these in months, and I'm not using the regular camera. I'm just using my phone. And I just decided to make meatballs. Of course, I didn't check anything of what I had. I don't have any oregano. I don't have basil. I don't have anything hardly. But I'm going to make them anyway, and I'm making them with bison, with buffalo meat, because it's lower fat. So what I did is I took some bread and I wet it, and then I put some Italian breadcrumbs, and then I put whatever seasoning I had, and I put some salt and pepper. And so now I took the breadcrumbs and mixed it with I got the bread wet and mixed it together, and then I put it here on the bison, which could be hamburger, but I like bison because it's a lot lower fat. And I don't even know what I'm doing. I haven't made meatballs in 15 years. I used my mother's recipe. I'm just mixing some stuff together and gonna make something to eat. So anyway, I gotta pick up some herbs, seasoning and stuff because I don't have a lot. I put salt and pepper, and what I did is I got some garlic. I'm gonna put in fresh garlic, dice it up, and then I put some dash on there with no salt. I already put salt and pepper, and the dash, it's got a bunch of different stuff in it, but it's not going to have the like oregano and basil and stuff like that that you need. But I'm just trying to make something quick just to get some meatballs. And like the American meatballs, people always make them, they're like all meat, but the Italians really do make it with bread, or and I'm using some Italian breadcrumbs and bread that I soaked wet and mixed it together with the breadcrumbs. So that's what I did. And then now I'm putting it here. I'm putting it here with the beef. So I've got the breadcrumb and the beef. I'm going to mix it all together and make some meatballs and put it in there, and then just make some quick pasta and just have something to eat. I mean, this is really some throw together, nothing, a chef would ever do or anything. There's nothing official about this. So anyway, let me get down. Even my phone is not in a good position. There's my bald head, and there's what I'm going to make meatballs with. So basically what I have here is some bread that I wet, and I mixed it with Italian breadcrumbs to give it some seasoning because I don't have many Italian herbs in there. I put some salt and pepper, and then I put some, I know this is crazy, but dash. It's got a bunch of stuff in it without the salt, just because I had no herbs. And then I'm going to dice up the garlic. You see it there. I buy the frozen garlic already, with all the skin off of it or whatever, and ready to go. I'll just have to dice that up and then mix these up and make the meatballs. So I don't know. I probably have like a couple cups worth of between the bread that was wet that I kind of mixed together with the breadcrumbs, maybe a cup or two of that I'm going to mix in with about a pound of bison buffalo meat burger. It's supposed to be about have the fat of like chicken breast, very low fat. So now I'm rolling the meatballs, and I don't like to make them too big, really, because then if they're too big, then they don't get cooked in the middle, that easily. They get browned on the outside and not cooked in the middle. So I don't know. Like, this is a little spoon here to give you an idea. I don't know. They're like the size of like a small golf ball, maybe. A golf ball, maybe. A little bigger than a golf ball. Like that. That's the size that I make them. So I'm going to roll them up like that and then put them on the olive oil. And those are the meatballs. And I guess they're about the size of maybe a little larger than a golf ball. 1.5 size. 1.5 times a golf ball size. But that's what I like, the size that I like to make them, but you can do what you want, obviously. So I know I'm getting a little sloppy here with the phone. I'm just using my phone here to record this. And then I'm listening to some Black Keys because my friend Clinton and I are going to go see the Black Keys soon. So it's nice to listen to music. Anytime I do anything, I'm just about to listen to music. But the latest Black Keys album is really good. I know there's a lot of pop songs they have on the radio for years, but the latest 2019 Black Keys is really good. I'm listening to that. And next month going to see them with Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse is like my favorite, probably band in the last 20 years that came out. Anyway, I'll keep moving here. I'm gonna put them on the. I'm gonna put the meatballs on the hot oil and fry them now. Okay, so there's the meatballs going, and then I'm going to put in the. I'm going to make penne. I just happen to have this, so this is the pasta I'm going to use. And over here, I'm going to put my sauce, red sauce. Now, I'm really cheating on the red sauce. I have made the red sauce by my mother's recipe, which is really good. But I have something in a can that's organic that I get at Central Market that's called something gravy, because the Italians, in the U.S. anyway, they call it gravy, not sauce. And it's organic, and it's supposed to be like the mother's recipe, and it tastes pretty darn good. It doesn't taste as good as my mother's, but it's similar, you know. So the idea of what I'm doing here is just to show how in like 15 or 20 minutes you can throw together some spaghetti and meatballs, and I'll show you the jar in a minute of what I use. It's pretty good. But I'm going to put a lid on these only because I want them to cook well inside. So I'll just put a little bit of a lid on these meatballs and throw the pasta in, and then I'll show you the the jar of the sauce that I'm cheating with. I came home just late at night and just wanted to make pasta and meatballs. So it's just more art than it is any sort of real culinary thing. So this is the sauce. It says Sicilian gravy, and it's organic, and it doesn't have anything in it but just, basically the basic stuff. My mother's family's from Naples, they're Napolitan, but, here's the ingredients. Let's see here. That's it. So, it's good. And one thing, at least with my mother's cooking, she doesn't like to mix like onions with garlic, These have garlic in them, heavy amount of garlic. I must have chopped up about 12 cloves of garlic in there. So I didn't put any onion. I don't mix onion with garlic typically when I'm making Italian food. So that's the sauce I'm cheating with that I get at Central Market. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to make penne and cook these up, and I'll show you the final product. Well, I'm back again, and just going to show you what we're doing here. Stir the sauce. That's what the Italian husbands tell their wives in the old days. Get up and stir this, Maria, get up and stir the sauce. Yeah, in the old days, the Italian husbands tell that they wake up their wife in the middle of the night. The sauce, the gravy. Get up, stir the gravy. They tell their wife. Get up, Maria, the gravy. Stir the gravy. Their life evolves around the gravy. Yeah, I cover the meatballs because, again, I just want to try to cook them through pretty good. I don't want them to overcook them, but it allows the heat to go from the top to and get the inside hot. And you can see that my pasta is barely boiling. I had it turned down before because it was over boiling. Now it's simmering. It'll start boiling again. This is no big project. The idea of this is you can come home and in 20 minutes make yourself some, and if I had the herbs, I mean, you just have to look up what herbs they use in meatballs. I know there's basil and oregano and things of that nature. I don't know what they put in them. I know I just did something, and I think that even just the Italian breadcrumbs will give them some flavor, but hopefully they'll be okay. Anything you load with garlic is good. So okay, we're getting closer to it. Here's the meatballs. Some of them got I'm not blaming on the pan, but look at where the oil sits on this stove. like it's not even, I didn't want to put so much oil that it deep fried them, There's the sauce just getting heated up. It's boiling, but it's on really low. And then the pasta's almost ready. I love these little pasta bowls. I have about 12 of them. I use them for everything. They're just really great. They don't get hot in the microwave, and I don't know what they're made of. They're made of something, but they're not that expensive. I have about 12 of them. I do everything in these pasta bowls. They're wonderful. They're a good size. And anyway, so I'm just going to make myself some pasta here. Put the meatballs in, put a few meatballs. I haven't had pasta in a while, so I'm really looking forward to this. A couple of these meatballs, they got a little too dark on one side, but that's okay. This is since it's the bison meat, it's low fat. And then I'll put the sauce on and some Parmesan cheese, and we're on our way. And there it is, the final product. I'm gonna go listen to my Black Keys and eat some late dinner. I must be about midnight or after midnight, and put some Parmesan on there. I always say, see, it's got the flag, the Italian flag. It must mean it's good. Of course, it's made in Brooklyn, but it's good. I like it. I'm not fancy. I don't do anything right. It's like art to me. You just kind of throw something together, and it tastes pretty good for what it is.